Morning. Saturday, July 19th, 2025. I'm Larissa. This is my dumb fat bitch diary. Here we are. Drinking from skulls. Here we are. Back in my bed. Anyway. So yesterday, went for a drive. I like highway driving. I do. I like it. Yeah. As long as I got a comfortable seat, you know? It's like, I don't know. There's this song, Memories of Nomadism. Yeah. It's kind of like that. Time to pack up the yurt and move on. Move on down the tundra. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there's a line from this one poem I wrote. I remember the day that I remember that one day on the tundra when my hat came loose and my ribbons flashed against the snow. The dreams can be so vivid. Anyway. Thinking about work moving forward, stuff I have that I want to do, what I want to look at, work I want to look at, things I want to look at in my work, I should say. It's gonna be interesting. I'm grateful to have found this supplement, this TMG, because oh my gosh, it has so greatly reduced my physical pain, and that's nice to be able to move more freely, to have some of that mobility back. And I don't know, like, moving forward on this work, it's going to take some time. The space is not prepared, it's not ready yet for me to begin the work, and I'm not ready, right? Like there's still loose ends that need to be tied up. I need to finish the or start and finish the housing for the installation piece, and that's really important. That work is really really important to me, not to anybody else. Nothing I do is really important to anybody else. Particularly when it comes to my work, right? It's so frustrating. It's like people take for granted what comes out of my brain, and just take whatever they fucking want. Whatever they want, right? With no consideration, right? Yeah, that'd be good for me. And there's this big chunk of emotional drain that I think is going to be gone from now on. And I don't know, things would have to be a lot different. Things would have to be a lot different for me to. It's just, anger is truth serum, right? Anger is truth serum. You have to really watch what people say when they're angry, because when people are angry, there is less of a filter, right? So, anger is a gift in that way because it allows truth to come to light. And I didn't say anything that I haven't said before, not in anger. So the difference is what was said by other party in anger. And it's just like, So thank you for confirming. Thank you for confirming what I suspected for a very long time. And I won't forget that. Yeah, when you're fat as an elephant, you got a memory like an elephant too, right? Anyway. Oh, I got that Carly Simon song that's popping up in my head right now. You walked into the party like you were walking onto a yacht. Your hat strategically dipped below one eye. Your scarf, it was apricot. You had one eye on the mirror as you watched yourself gavotte. And all the girls thought that they'd be your partner. They'd be your partner, and you're so vain. You probably think the song is about you. You're so vain. I bet you think the song is about you. Don't you, don't you? Well, you had me several years ago when I was still quite naive, when you said that we made such a pretty pair and that you would never leave. But you gave away the things you loved, and one of them was me. I had some dreams, they were clouds in my coffee, clouds in my coffee, and you're so vain. You probably think this song is about you, right? Such a good song. So good. So good. Yeah. Yeah. What's going on with my skull? My skull. My skull's got some spots. Got some chips. Some chips in the skull. Right? Chips in the skull. Ugh. I committed some violence yesterday. I did. I committed violence yesterday. What am I talking about? Oh, I've been paying for it. Let me tell you. I had I had fish and chips. I ate animal. I ate animal yesterday. Oh, I thought I was gonna puke. I almost did. I went into the bathroom after I ate, the place where I went. I almost threw up. The only thing that kept me from throwing up was the toilet was nasty. I didn't wanna put my face that close to it. That's the only thing, so I swallowed it. I swallowed my vomit. That's how gross I am. Yeah. Committed violence. Yeah. Oh, it was good though. It was. It wasn't like frozen stuff. It was like hand battered, and I think it was fresh, locally caught fish. So I didn't feel that bad about it. You know? Yeah. Nice plump sand dabs. Who don't like sand dabs? Crazy people. That's so. Mm. Yeah, but I've been paying for it. I have been. Hey, sir. How are you? How are you, sir? He was so happy when I got home. Yeah. Wasn't sure I was coming home. Wasn't sure. Didn't take much with me. That's the best way to travel, right? Yeah. Travel light. I travel light when it's go time. Yeah. Well, what's your my thinking on that? Why do I travel light? Because then there's fewer things to identify you. Yeah. It's easier to start over. Hmm. Yeah. I want to go back and do some reviews of some of my older poetry. I've set some poetry in the past to music, poetry that I've written. There's a couple other pieces. There's one piece in particular that I had tried setting the music before, and it's challenging. And what was interesting is that I had back in the day when I wrote it, I had two versions. I had two versions, and they were very different musically. The lyrics were the same, of course, because it was the same poem, but it could go two ways, you know. Well, it could go more than two ways, but it was just interesting when I was like, "Whoa!" I stepped back. It's like, "Wow, that's very, very different." It's kind of like the way. It's kind of like when you go to the ashram and you have breakfast at the ashram, and when you go for puja, and you're staying because there's gonna be puja, you know, and you have the oatmeal, and there's two options. There's the sweet and the savory, right? Both oatmeal, but very different, very different things. I do like that savory oatmeal. I do. I like it. Omar doesn't like the savory oatmeal at all. No, he likes it sweet. Mhm. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, like, oh, there's Rain Dance and there was Holy Land and what was the other ones that um, Selfish Contender. Well, pretty much all the songs that I wrote, most of the songs I wrote were poems first. And when that shifted, then I changed and started writing from based on melody, right? Because that happened when I started doing improv, and that's why I started taking improv, was so I could work with a songwriting partner. Waste of fucking time. Fucking musicians are sleazy sacks of shit, all of them. Jeez. Anyway, but like no, songs that I wrote started off as poems, were poems first. Selfish Contender. Two ships in the night, flying flags of surrender, all out of fight. So much love to remember. How your eyes once met mine, how your lips felt so fine. Just two ships in the night, just a love sweet and tender. Yeah. Oh, it was meant to. I wrote the song like to mimic the sloshing of waves up against the side of a boat. Right. Oh, and I got to play it one time with a musician, this fiddler, this young fiddler. What the hell was his name? I want to say it was Charlie, but it wasn't. It wasn't Charlie. What the hell was his name? Oh, it'll come to me. Anyway, he was coming through town busking, and he'd been playing across the Midwest when he got out here, and oh, it was really good. It was really good. It had big strings, and it came back with a reprise at the end. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. It was so fucking good. And then he gave me his cell phone number. I'm like, we need to record that. He's like, yeah, I think so too. And I couldn't get a hold of him. Yeah, it was really good. The audience, like, it was an open mic at, oh God, what was the brewery in Sebastopol? Oh, that was down there in that middle section, like kind of across from Aubergine. But they did it was a really good, it was a really good beer house. And they did an open mic, and they also had like, they brought in bands and stuff. I saw a really great African funk band there the one night. Oh, that was so much fun. It was so much fun. Those guys were lit. Oh my God. Great drumming. Great drumming that night. Anyway, um, oh, there were only like maybe 30 people in the club that night. And after we got off the stage, everybody was silent, and they left like just one blue spotlight on the stage, and then there was applause. It was the piece was really moving, and the strings, the fiddle with it was really good. What the hell was his name? Fuck, I can see his face. He was like this gangly, skinny, freckle-faced kid. He was young too. Like, I was 32, 33. He was like 22. He was wearing suspenders. He had red suspenders and like a white short sleeve button down Oxford, right? With a t-shirt underneath, and some old school jeans, and some field boots. Oh my God. He had that fiddle. What was his name? He had long, skinny arms and bony elbows. Mm, I can't remember his name. Can't remember his name right now. I can see his face, though, clear as day. I can see his face clear as day. Gave me his business card. He said, and it said, musician. It said, session musician and pet sitter. I remember that. It was funny. Oh my God. I wanna say it was Charlie, but it wasn't. I wanna say it was Charlie because he kinda reminded me of this kid Charlie that I used to babysit when I was in high school, but that's not what his name was. Anyway, that song, and then Rain Dance, or, what truth do dreams possess? Yeah. I had it was the working title on that was Rain Dance, but what truth do dreams possess? Dreaming, dreaming of a rain dance, dreaming of a last chance, the gentle touch of your hands, the lines around your eyes show you realize power of this love, a gift from up above. Dreaming, dreaming of the coastline, sipping on a fine wine, memory of the warm shine, smile upon your lips, the rhythm of our hips. No music to be heard, no melody was needed, no words can quite express what our hearts plead to confess, what truth dreams possess. It's a really sad song. It's a really, really sad song. It is. I won't go into what it's about. No, I've told a couple people. I told BZ Lewis what it was about. Uh, it's not about a literal dream. No, the song's not about a literal dream. Yeah. Anyway. Anyway. Yeah, so I've been thinking about a few of those pieces that of poetry that I have, and uh, it might be time to revisit those. Sometimes it's easier to look back at older work to set to music and then dealing with like newer poems. And I could look at some of my newer poems. Um, but sometimes the distance between of time makes it a little easier to be free with melody. Yeah. So maybe it's time. Maybe it's time. Hmm. Oh, when I talk about old poetry, I'm talking about from like 15 years ago. I'm not talking about the last 5 years. I don't think there's much of anything in that I would want to sing about. No, no, I don't think so. Although I don't know, maybe I might consider looking at some of the poetry that I just wrote for this last for Common Ground. I mean, some of that essence wise might be um, just I think back to Sarah McLachlan's first album, Soulless, right? That was, ugh, that album. Oh, Backdoor Man. Oh my God. Our hands are tied on the table. Maybe you could try at the back door, man, while the hopeless lie upon the doorstep, and it's all they can do, yeah, to try to get through. Oh, all of your life you've pure as Eden's sixth day. Now all you've been allowed is taken away. They will not let you be so proud. You have felt the fear growing inside. Protest follows far and wide. They'll see how long it'll take till you fall. From so much denied your soul, it aches relentless for the fear that they will never guess. So unfair that they can make you feel so small, and the fear you know is real. Yeah, it's about that whole album was about the Bosnia conflict. And then she had the cover at the end, the Donovan cover, Wear Your Love Like Heaven. Oh, that song's beautiful. I've seen her 4 times. She's such a gracious performer. You know, some people I've seen, it's just like, I can't believe I paid for that. I wouldn't pay for that again, whatever. But Sarah McLachlan is worth the money, man. The one show I went to see at the amphitheater at Oakland University in Auburn Hills. What the hell? That's where my high school graduation was. What the hell was the name of that amphitheater there? I saw Joan Baez there. I saw Cowboy Junkies there. I saw um, Fiona Apple there. She was a terrible concert. She wouldn't shut up. She talked more than she sang. I mean, I still liked her music, and her music was good, and she performed it well, right? Like, she actually played the piano and she actually sang. But everybody was just like, shut up. A lot of people walked out, got up and left like halfway through. But I saw Sarah McLachlan there, and she did 4 encores, and they weren't vanity encores. She did 4 encores because people were still standing and clapping. Yeah. 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 Mercy, pure and simple, longing, cold and hollow. Oh my God. Yeah. So good. So good. Anyway. I'm not saying that I could ever write anything that would be as good as that. That's like a really good album. That album is, but what I'm saying is that the poetry from Common Ground has similar kind of sentiment and has similar kind of root, right? Of Genesis, and so there's like an energetic continuity between the two. Um, so it might be interesting to look at that. There's those poems, and then like I said, some of the poems from Sophia was pushed, but the moon broke her fall. Yeah, fucking that fucking dirt bag that held me hostage and raped me and dumped blood in my house. He was convinced that the poetry in that book was about him. He was convinced of it. Can't fix stupid. Can't fix it. Can't fix stupid. Oh my God. Anyway. Mm. So did I go over to the gallery, I guess. Man Muscles is a little repentant. Oh, it's going to take a little time for me. All right. Like I said, some things were said. Anyway.